AITA for telling my brother I don't agree with the lengths he's going to while correcting his son? My brother has 4 kids. His oldest son is Sam. Sam's from my brother's first marriage. When Sam was 6, his mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer and she died a year later. My brother met his second wife when Sam was 8 and married her when Sam was 9. They have 3 children together now, ages 5, 3, and 18 months. Sam has always called his younger siblings his half-siblings, and this has always bothered my brother and Sil. They have corrected him repeatedly, taken him to therapy, individual and family, and have continued therapy for almost 6 years. It started while Sil was pregnant and Sam was saying baby was a half-sibling, not just a sibling. They have changed therapists every few months when they don't like the progress being made. While doing all this, they continue to correct Sam every time, and my brother has told Sam's friends that Sam is wrong and he has siblings, not half-siblings. For the last year my brother has our parents and our sisters correcting Sam every time they hear him say half-siblings or half-sister/half-brother. I was told I should correct him too. But I have not. It has been a discussion and I have said it does not feel right to gang up on him and try to harass him into submission on this topic. They tell me Sam clearly isn't willing to work with a therapist to get to a point where the half doesn't matter, so there's nothing wrong with nudging him along with correcting him when he slips up. My brother has been on my ass for the last couple of months about my lack of effort to correct Sam. He has told me that my 5-year-old niece has started to question why her brother, Sam, is cold and why he always says they're half-siblings. He said she has already asked him if Sam loves her or if she did something wrong. So why would I not try to save her the heartache and get Sam on board with loving his siblings and dropping the half? I told him I don't agree with the lengths he's going to. I said after nearly 6 years, if nothing has changed, does he really want to break his son to get what he wants? I also asked him why it bothers him so much when his own best friend refers to his half-siblings as half, and he has never batted an eye at that. I told him he might wish things were perfect and that Sam adapted to everything perfectly, but he lives in this reality and not in that dream. My brother ignored the rest of what I said and called me out for not agreeing with the lengths. He said that as a parent he has to go to whatever lengths it takes to protect his kids and to make sure they turn out to be good people. He said right now Sam is turning into someone he doesn't like and is turning into a real asshole, and fuck me for judging him on his parenting. I have no right to say this to him, and I do not understand the difficulty of moving on and trying to bring your kid with you after loss, and he's doing his best. My brother told our mom he's disgusted with me and thinks I should reflect on my actions. AITA. Comment. Sam's probably counting down the days until he's 18 and can go no contact with his dad and stepmom. You can't force a relationship, but your brother and Sil are abusing your nephew. Keep being on Sam's side, he needs someone to be. My read is that, if Sam is in fact being more of an asshole than the usual teenage boy, unclear if that's the case, it has more to do with the constant pressure from his dad to erase his mom from his life in favor of the stepmom. Which is effectively what brother is trying to do with the therapist shopping. Brother's upbringing of Sam is turning him into something brother doesn't like. So brother's response is to do it even harder. Trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. Had brother never troubled himself over labels and simply concentrated on providing a comforting and supportive home life for Sam, there's a decent chance that Sam would, over time, naturally started to refer to his half-sibs as sibs, because a close relationship would have developed organically. My youngest and oldest are now 20 and 30-year-old full siblings who have nothing in common and have never been close. Those 10 years matter. When they're 40 and 50 they'll have more in common with families, houses, etc. The op is good to show her nephew that someone gets that his mom can't just be erased. Nta, it sounds like your brother and his wife are therapist shopping because the therapists validate your nephew. Why else would they keep changing therapists every few months? I also think your nephew is playing the long game. He's 15 years old, in 3 years he can leave. He'll keep going to therapy and he'll keep call the younger children half-siblings. It's been 9 years, your nephew is not going to bend to their will, he'll just go no contact as soon as he can. Next story 2. AITA for holding my husband accountable to what he suggested to do, cutting down on monthly allowance to parents. My husband has been giving a percentage of his pay each month to his parents ever since he started working, all in the name of filial piety. I am okay with this as it is his money and he can do whatever he wants. Recently a few events have happened that had us questioning if the amount is too much. Husband's family has a live-in helper. His parents are retired and healthy and are not in need of full-time help. This is also costly and requires more than what he gives parents monthly. We found out that younger sister has been bringing her whole family of 4 to parents' house frequently for free meals. Also brings back laundry from her whole family back to parents' house for helper to do. Orders helper over to her house weekly to clean her house and toilets. She contributed the same as my husband but wants to make use of the helper. Younger brother brought his wife to stay after they got married a few months ago. Oldest brother has not been holding a full-time for a long time. Has not contributed any bit to household but living in parents' basement rent-free. Parents sees their friends going on retirement trip to UK. Wants to also do so but apparently they said they do not have enough to do so. Their friends are those who can afford to splurge on their holidays, think 5-star hotels etc. They want their kids to all chip in to fully pay for their dream of traveling with friends. This amounts to at least $1,000 additional. Husband and I are staying at my house. Recently we wanted to try for a child. Found out that we may need some help, may have to do an IUI. Issue did not lie with me. I raised to my husband that we may have to start saving up more as medical procedures do cost quite a bit. And he agreed. He even offered to cut down his monthly allowance to his family and between us, we'll both contribute slightly more to our shared fund. 2 months has passed. I found out that he has not contributed more to our shared fund. Asked him about the plans he said he would do. He got angry instead saying I was controlling how he wanted to spend his money. AITA for holding him accountable and insisting he do what he said he would do. Comment. Up, I know you don't want to hear this, but do you still want to pursue having a baby with this man? He's putting you in the corner, not his family. Consider this your future, being second. It is a husband issue. I never said it wasn't. Why did he lie to Up and not follow through? B/C He would rather please his parents than keep his word to Up. He would rather give them money they don't need than to save for his future children. So yeah, the husband is the problem, but the husband's inability to not give his parents a large chunk of money regularly is the source of his problem. It sounds as though your husband is not fully on board with what you appear to feel are mutual plans, and the two of you really need to talk. It shouldn't fall to the two of you to help support his siblings and their families as well as his parents, but it seems to be. That said, you refer to us in your post and he does seem to feel differently. Those differences in opinion need to be addressed ASAP, well before you have children. Good luck. Do not have kids until you are on the same page with major life issues like money. Kids make every issue much harder to deal with. From stress to finances to eating habits to boundaries with family, all of it gets magnified tenfold when you have kids. Someone who verbally abuses you and feels the need to support his extended family over saving money to start his own, is straight up not ready to handle kids. Figure this out first. Like at all. He had said yes to cutting back and saving up more, you agreed to this arrangement, and he backed out without even informing you, and is now angry with you? This is weird and I would second guess my relationship if I were you. He's breaking trust and also raised doubt if he's more invested in making his parents more than comfortable than your shared future and plans. I'm so confused why he said he would put more money into your shared funds if he had no intentions of doing that. Even if he changed his mind, it's confusing why he wouldn't say anything, like you wouldn't notice at some point? Makes no sense. He's probably under a lot of pressure from the family to not drop the payment. If he's spoken to them about it, did they get angry with him? He's probably also feeling guilty/shame about not being able to have kids naturally. That's a lot of pressure, especially in some cultures where the man is still meant to be the strong head of the house. Have a conversation where you ask if he's spoken to his parents. Does he want a kid? Don't place blame, try to understand these things whilst stating you're hurt that what you agreed hasn't happened, and ask what can you both do together to make it happen.